everyone, I'm Lizzie and today we are gonna bake it happen with none other than quarantine's best, the ever popular banana bread. So yeah, everyone's making banana bread. It's awesome. I love it. I'm loving that everyone is making banana bread. Ironically though, I haven't made banana bread yet, like during the quarantine. So we're doing this together. We get bananas, they get a little overripe, and what are you gonna do with it? You're either gonna freeze it and put it in a smoothie, or you're gonna make banana bread. And I mean, what wins? Banana bread or smoothie? Banana bread wins. Every time. So let's get down to it. I'm gonna let you guys in on some tips on how to make the best banana bread so you can live your best banana bread life. First things first, bananas. So by the way, we're using Jada's banana chocolate chip bread because I love chocolate chips in my banana bread, but you can totally make this and not use the chocolate chips if that's not your deal, which is crazy, but whatever. So 4 bananas. I had 2 that were getting pretty ripe and 2 that were like not quite there. So this is actually a really cool trick on how to ripen bananas fast. Take an already ripe banana or another kind of fruit, like an apple, whatever, and throw that in a bag with some bananas that aren't quite there yet. And the gases of the fruit kind of like circulate in the bag and encourage each other to ripen up more quickly. So let's see how it turned out. These were, I think, the original ones. Okay, these got there. Yeah. So if you don't have ripe bananas and you're like, I need banana bread now, what you would do is you'd preheat your oven to like 300 degrees and then take however many bananas you need for the bread and just throw them in there whole and unpeeled on a sheet tray for like 20 minutes. And basically what that'll do is it'll kind of caramelize the bananas and it'll give you more of that banana flavor that you want. So yeah, however you want to go about it, make sure you have ripe bananas. And not just ripe bananas, ideally you want like over-ripe bananas. The ideal banana bread banana, oh my god, bananas like doesn't sound like a word anymore. The ideal banana bread banana is one that you'd be like kind of grossed out to eat plain. So like this is pretty darn good right here. It's really brown, it's got a lot of spots. A good way to know if a banana is too ripe and perhaps a little rotten is 1, if there's any kind of mold, 2, if there's kind of like a fermented alcohol smell, but if it just smells like bananas, then you're good to go. And these smell like bananas. All right, so let's do it. We're gonna mash these up. Really, like, you wanna mash them pretty darn well because it's not just like an add-in ingredient like, you know, nuts or chocolate chips. The banana actually becomes integral for the texture of the bread. It's what keeps it moist and it adds a bunch of flavor. Okay, that's looking good to go, and we're gonna set this aside to get everything else ready to go. What's next? Dun, 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 dun. Dry ingredients. Okay, let's do it. Okay, so the very first ingredient on the list is flour. So when you measure flour, this is the way a lot of people do it. You know, you just like reach right into the bag and then you kind of maybe like compact it down and then you're good to go, right? Well, that's actually not like that accurate of a way to measure flour. The most accurate way to do it is the spoon and level method, which I'll show you. But I'm also going to show you like a lazy way to do it too. It is the most accurate way to measure. So basically what you're going to do is this. You're going to kind of fluff up all that flour with a spoon or a fork just so it's kind of like loose and it's not like compact. And you're just going to take that fluffy flour and spoon it, which I'm already making a mess. And then once you've kind of like got a heaping cup here, you're gonna take either a little offset spatula or a knife, and you're just gonna level it off like that. So I do have another method that's a little bit less tedious, and it's one that I turn to if I'm just like doing casual baking and whatnot, and I'm feeling a little lazy, which is like kind of often. Just fluff up the flour like you would do for the spoon and level method. Make sure it's all nice and fluffy, and then kind of gently scoop the flour that way. And then, just like before, level it off. But then, instead of just going right back in, you gotta fluff it up in between each measurement. So it's like better than just going for it and scooping. It's not quite as good as the spoon and level method, but we're gonna be okay. Okay, so another cool thing about banana bread is you can kind of go wild with the spices. Do whatever you want. It's your banana bread. Make it yours. Follow your heart. Okay, beautiful. Moving on. Wet ingredients. Since I knew I'd be making a lot of baking videos, I got like the biggest thing of sugar I could possibly find at the store. Yes, I'm gonna try and impress you guys again. Nailed it. No! Okay, that one was like a 6 out of 10. I'm not perfect, okay? Okay, but now I really gotta nail this one. Nice. You don't want to overmix the flour into the batter. In this case with banana bread, it can get really gummy if you mix the flour a little too much. So really just gently kind of incorporate it just until you don't see flour anymore. Like, gummy is not a word you want ever associated with your banana bread. It's kind of therapeutic. This is nice, guys. I'm glad we can hang out like this. It's my favorite time, chocolate chip time. I always just have like a hodgepodge of chocolate chips laying around. Okay, so what I said in my cookie video about how I like to use more than one kind of chocolate chip, I use that rule for like any kind of baked good that involves chocolate chips. So in the spirit of quarantine, let's use whatever we got. It calls for 1.5 cups and I'm a rebel and I'm not measuring. And this is the time where you can add in like virtually whatever you want. You can add nuts, you can add berries, pieces of candied ginger. So I'm gonna add almost all of my chocolate chips and gently fold. This is my loaf pan. It is 5.25 by 9 inches. This recipe calls for a 10.5 inch by 5.5 inch loaf pan. So mine's a little bit small. I'm not gonna be able to fit all the batter into this. It might overflow. So luckily, I have this. One teeny tiny loaf pan that I'm gonna use for all the extra. It's kind of adorable. I'll probably like deliver this loaf to my niece or something. So the next thing you wanna do is get some parchment paper and you're gonna line the pan with it. And this is gonna make it so much easier to get your loaf out afterward. So what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of mark where it looks like I should cut. So you want to leave these kind of like overhang wing things because once your banana bread is all cool, you can just like use that to lift it out. It's so convenient. Conversely, if you don't have a loaf pan, you can really bake this in whatever you want. You could bake it like a cake, muffins, whatever, as long as you start checking on it sooner or later, depending on like how much of it is in there. Like this guy's gonna come out way before the big boy does. So these are going in. It's probably gonna take like 50 minutes to an hour for the big one and maybe like 25 minutes for the little guy. So I will see you guys in a little while. Mama banana bread and baby banana bread. They look really good and they smell really, really, really good. I love this little one. It brings me so much joy. This one is still warm, but our special little baby banana bread is totally room temperature. So to get it out of here, just loosen it up a little bit with either a knife or an offset spatula. See, here's where these little overhanging wings come in handy. And stick the landing. Oh my goodness. Okay, that looks freaking perfect. Well, it's time for the taste test, isn't it? Twist my arm. Yes. Oh yeah, a serrated knife, the kind that has these jagged edges, always the right call for any kind of bread or cake. Okay, that's perfect, right? There you have it, everyone. Those are my tips for making a beautiful banana bread. Well, making a mom banana bread and a baby banana bread, I guess. Oh my god, I totally said I was gonna give this to my niece. She doesn't know. She's 3. This was lovely, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you enjoy making some banana bread. Goodbye.